The ongoing saga of Lane Myers versus the wife of a Tucson city prosecutor came to an end on Tuesday with the conviction of Myers for one count of felony stalking and one count of felony harassment. Myers was sentenced by Judge D. Douglas Metcalf to 2 terms of 3 years of probation, to be served concurrently for his crimes, and has had substantial limits placed on his social media and YouTube activities during the probation period. Besides a lifetime injunction preventing him from contacting the victim in the case and her family, Myers was ordered to have no contact with Josh "This is a Public Service" Gray and Mark "Reluctant Prophet" Kelly, who essentially served as what some considered to be his mouthpieces during his incarceration. Myers was also ordered to take down all the videos on his YouTube channel in relation to the victim of his crimes. He was ordered not to direct his followers to contact the victim in any fashion, and has been ordered to grant access to his social media and YouTube accounts to his probation officer. The saga started late last year when Myers contacted the wife of a Tucson city prosecutor, who was prosecuting Myers for an arrest after he was accused of disrupting a Tucson City Council meeting. Myers disparaged the woman's husband and would later attempt to visit the victim at her work at the University of Arizona. Soon after, Myers' girlfriend was fired from her role working with the university, and Myers directly blamed the victim for her firing. He then engaged in a series of statements in which he disparaged the victim and encouraged his fans to contact her until she sought and was granted a protective order, preventing Myers from contacting her. Myers has claimed he received a tip-off by a judge working within the Tucson judicial system early this year that prompted him to violate the existing protective order. The victim was then subjected to constant harassment by supporters of Myers as he distributed her contact information on his YouTube channel while disparaging her to his supporters. The YouTuber was arrested in early March on harassment charges in relation to his violation of the protective order. When released on bond, Myers immediately returned to producing videos about the victim and distributing her contact information. He was taken into custody following a hearing on the original set of charges, as new charges were filed based on violating the conditions of his release. In the 3 months that followed, Myers has been held in the Pima County Adult Detention Center, where he immediately tested the limits of the facility by appearing on live streams run by Josh Gray on his "This is a Public Service" YouTube channel. Myers continued to disparage his victim during the streams and used the platform to direct his followers to contact those involved in the case. As the Pima County Adult Correctional Facility had no rules in place to prevent live streaming from the facility, an agreement was reached where Myers would voluntarily stop appearing on live streams. Again, testing the limits of this agreement, Myers began appearing in pre-recorded appearances on the same streams, again disparaging his victim and those involved in the case. Even after accepting a plea deal and admitting his crimes, Myers appeared in an interview on Mark the Reluctant Prophet Kelly's YouTube channel over the weekend, in which he again disparaged his victim and took no responsibility for his crimes. At Tuesday's hearing, the victim of Myers' crimes was given the ability to speak. She detailed what life was like, essentially being under siege since last fall by Myers and his supporters. She expressed her outrage at being robbed of time with her father, who ultimately died of cancer earlier in the year, as Myers' harassment campaign and the court case ate up last moments of time she had with him. Prosecutor Rachel Stiles made a statement where she suggested 2 3-year terms of probation for Myers to be served consecutively, along with stringent limits on Myers' online activities. She reminded the court that while Myers has shown that he can be cordial and act rationally in private meetings, when exposed to an audience, he falls into a character and plays into what he feels his audience wants to hear. Myers proved this point by reverting into that character when it was his turn to speak. In a nearly 50-minute speech, Myers took no responsibility for his actions and used his time to blame everyone else for his crimes. The YouTuber stated that his victim lied multiple times during her statement and threatened to reveal material he claimed he obtained from the FBI, proving that the victim had a role in his wife's firing. After Myers finished, Judge D. Douglas Metcalf sentenced Myers to the 2 concurrent terms of probation, with most of the conditions requested by Prosecutor Stiles and his victim. Metcalf then ordered Myers' release from the Pima County Adult Detention Center. Myers' victim would later release a statement on our own Really Cool Newswire Discord server. In the statement, she thanked the community for supporting her during a very dark time for her family, and assured her supporters that she and her husband were okay with the outcome of the sentencing hearing. The victim assured her supporters that she felt that Judge Metcalf attempted to craft probation conditions that would keep herself and her family safe. She also assured her fans that she would be taking action should Myers violate the conditions of his probation, or if the harassment by Myers' fans continued. Myers was released from the Pima County Adult Detention Center Tuesday night and has yet to make a statement since his conviction. This is a breaking news story.